It's the fellas.
Boy, this music just gets me even more excited for that new King Kong movie that's going to come out.
The new King Kong movie.
That's all I'm excited about. This is like what we saw today, man. Everybody, by the way, you listen to the fellas, is Antoine and Ray.
Yeah.
Today we saw Godzilla King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters.
And it kind of, anybody listening who got kids, just take the kids out the room for a minute. I gotta use an analogy to explain how this movie make you feel.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna count from 3 to 1. You got kids, get them out of here. 3, 2, 1. You ever like you're banging your chick, or I guess in some cases maybe you're banging your guy, I don't know, and they're like, look, I don't really feel like fucking. I'm on my period or something. I'm only gonna let you put the head in.
Oh,
and it's like just the tip. That's all you get, and then it's like, well, I guess that was better than nothing. But all that did was make me anxious for the main event. I'm not going to say it was bad. You know, just the tip is better than nothing. But I'm saying it just made me want the main thing even more.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like eating a bad pizza. I mean, at the end of the day, fuck, still a pizza.
Yes, that's
you
not bad.
Eat it. But that's kind of what this did. Now, tell me something, Ray. Were you actually like geeked out about the movie before you saw it? Were you excited, like, oh, I get to see Godzilla, King of the Monsters? And... I
was very geeked out. Whoever cut that trailer together needs to get a lot of fucking money, because that shit was cut amazingly well.
I was never geeked out about the whole thing. I mean, because honestly, I remember watching the first Godzilla, the one right before this one.
You mean with the Kick-Ass kid in it?
I guess. Is that who was in there?
Yeah.
Kick-Ass?
Yeah, Kick-Ass was in there.
Jesus. I remember watching that, and at the end of that, I was like, yes, it's all right. You know, it's all right. It's okay.
It's like nothing can happen to the main character, and I guess this follows the same trait.
Right, but I'm saying at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, it's all right. And then I watched King Kong, and I had to change my pants twice. I'm telling you, Ray, when I'm fucking a girl, honestly, I typically only got one pop in me. King Kong had me pop twice.
Oh, you just in the pants?
Twice. That's called a double dose.
Of pimping.
Fucking idiocracy reference there. No, but King Kong was just, I was bouncing all over the place, and then somebody told me, oh yeah, you know he's gonna fight Godzilla, right? I don't know how the fuck that's gonna be possible, because they're not anywhere close to the same fucking size, but apparently it's gonna happen. So I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
I guess he keeps growing. I guess Kong keeps growing.
I fucking guess. I don't know. So seeing so it was time to come see Godzilla King of the Monsters, I was like, I mean, the first one was alright. I guess this one will be alright. As long as this gets me one step closer to seeing my beloved Kong again, I'll put up with it. And I saw it, and you know what? It's alright.
Yeah,
it's alright.
My whole thing with this movie is like, it's supposed to be a big monster versus another monster. Who gives a fuck what's going on in the world? But apparently somewhere along the way...
Oh, okay. Go on. I see what you're saying.
Apparently, along the way, there was like a Captain Planet feeling here, where they had to try to rationalize these beings of being the solution to the virus of the world. And I can't stand hearing this premise over and over and over again.
Oh, you mean the eco warrior bullshit thing?
Yes.
Okay, I think we'll talk more about that once we get there in the plot.
Okay.
In fact, you know what? First of all, I'm gonna let me run through the characters real quick. You have a very wide range of characters who were, you know, I'm sure great actors in their own right. Some were good, some were bad. But what they all did have in common, they were all equally excellent at putting me to sleep.
Oh, yeah, I was falling asleep too.
Every time those motherfuckers were talking, the only thing that would ever wake me up was Godzilla. It's because all the characters were beyond one-dimensional. And when I say beyond one-dimensional, I don't mean two-dimensional. I mean, they were uber one-dimensional. It was bad. Kyle Chandler plays as Mark Russell.
Who cares?
Was he in the first one?
No, he wasn't. He's the father figure in this movie. But.
Okay, so he plays as Mark Russell, who's the central focus of the entire goddamn movie, and that is a problem. That is because he yanks the movie in whatever direction it needs to go to accommodate him, and really that takes me out of it. That takes me out of the main thing. When
he's
the
cowboy per se, a.k.a. cowboy good guy.
Yeah, so there's that. And then Vera Farmiga plays as Dr. Emma Rosen. Well, I guess she's like a mom type hot because she's supposed to be a mom. She plays as the ex-wife of Mark Russell, the other guy. And she also possesses the MacGuffin in this movie, which is a box that apparently lets you talk to the monsters and makes them do what you want them to do for some reason.
Yeah.
It's weird. Then you have a young girl named Bobby Brown, who plays as Madison Russell. It's funny, her name is Bobby Brown because really at the beginning I thought she was a dude. She's got a very cute tomboy thing going on.
She's 11 from Stranger Things.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
Yes.
Hold on. Millie Bobby Brown, born in Spain to British parents. Oh, you're right. She's 11. Man, she really looks like a freaking tomboy. But I'm really glad to see that she's doing stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
I want her to have a wonderful career because she really freaking deserves it. That's nice. I'm happy for her. And so you have
everybody else is not really relevant except for the two other characters.
All right, that's gonna be Ken Watanabe plays as Dr. Ishido Serizawa.
Yeah.
And Ken Watanabe is brutally underused in this. And honestly, Mr. Watanabe, I'm your biggest fan. You deserve better than this. I think he was only in here because it's like, dude, it's fucking Godzilla. I used to watch this shit when I was a kid. That's like fucking somebody asking me if I want to be in the sequel to Back to the Future or some shit. We're making a new Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You want to be in it? Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's going to have Marty McFly is actually going to be an African-American female, and Doc Brown is going to be this gay transgender.
Yeah.
Instead of a DeLorean, is going to be like a Prius, an eco environment. What's happening is Marty McFly desperately has to go to the past because we fucked up the environment. And he has to go back to make some changes to make sure people understand how important it is to recycle. That sounds like ass. That plot I just gave you, straight up sweaty ass. And I would probably still be in the fucking movie because it's Back to the Future.
Well, that premise won't even be far off from the real premise.
No, we're not. But I'm saying, I don't think Ken Watanabe, if this movie were called anything but Godzilla King of the Monsters, I don't think that motherfucker would have been anywhere near here. Because he can do better than this. And he was so fucking underused. Every scene, he has about 1 to 2 lines.
He just looks shocked and scared all the time.
Yeah, and indignant.
And the last character
is Ziyi Zhang.
No. She's not fucking important, man.
She is important because she's the Chinese character. Remember,
what the fuck did she do?
What did she do? She put Chinese people in the seats at theaters. Remember,
I thought
all these movies, they gotta cater to the Chinese because that's where the money is now.
I thought you were gonna say Charles Dance. Okay, I think you were gonna say Charles Dance. And he caters to all the Game of Thrones fans, okay?
I prefer to leave Charles Dance out of this. I have too much respect for his character, primarily because he died before season 8, so his character is still unspoiled. But what they had him doing in this shit is atrocious. I don't understand what the fuck.
He cracked a smile. I've never seen him smile before.
Yeah, because before he was playing a real character with real motivations who's not supposed to smile. Why he didn't just put a bullet into this chick's daughter in this movie is beyond me. I don't know. The mom's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Mom, don't do that, it's bad. Now she's having hesitation. I'll just have him take that gun and stick it right to her daughter's head and say, do what the fuck I tell you. What do you think you're doing? Look, I was playing nice with you, bitch. I'm done with this. It's Mickey Mouse, bring my daughter along bullshit. Stop fucking around. Do what I tell you. I'm gonna kill your daughter. Then once she does what she tells her, put the fucking daughter in the room, keep it under guard. So that's how we're going to do this. I thought we were going to be partners, but apparently this is how we got to do it. So this is how we're going to do it.
It's funny because I thought that's how it was going to go.
Yeah, I saw it. That's exactly the way I saw it going.
But it didn't go that way.
I mean, nice twist, her turning out to be the traitor and all, but still.
Well, yeah, I mean, you might want to go over the plot real quick. It's 2 seconds.
No, I'm just trying to see if there's anyone else.
No, there's nobody else.
No one else deserves a mention?
No.
All right.
Not even the colonel that looks like a man, but it's an actual woman. And I was like, is that a guy? No, it's a chick. She's really built.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm going to give you the real quick plot rundown.
60 seconds.
The 60-second plot rundown. Let's be fast as hell.
Because it doesn't deserve anything more than that.
Right. So basically, this is supposed to be, was it 5 years after Godzilla tore the shit out of it?
Who the fuck knows?
Godzilla fucks everything up. It's 5 years later. Titans are popping up all over the thing. Now, the super secret organization Monarch, which you first saw in King Kong, they make their first appearance in the Godzilla franchise. And what they do is the government provides them the authority and the military that they need to set up facilities to house all the different monsters and keep them there, okay? They have no intentions of letting any of the monsters out, and the ones that are there, the ones that are there, they're just like, yo, we're just gonna keep them there, keep them out of sight. Now, the government is saying, we don't want you guys to run this shit anymore. We think we should just do it ourselves because, we'd be so much better at it, which is laughable on so many levels. I don't know what to fucking say. But it said, no, we'll keep the status quo for now. Now, the wife, Dr. Russell, she's estranged from her husband because their son died during the Godzilla rampage. So she divorced her husband, took the daughter. They're doing their thing. She developed this device that allows you to sort of communicate with the monsters, but you can't really talk to them.
It's supposed to tell you if you're an alpha and...
Well, not that. You are communicating. You're just kind of giving them an idea of it's sort of like this. Aquaman doesn't actually talk to fish. What Aquaman does is manipulate their natural instincts to get them to do what he wants. That's kind of what this machine does.
Okay, that's pretty good.
All right, that's the closest way I can say, yeah, you're talking to the monsters. No, you're just manipulating their instincts. Okay, fine. So they go and they find a new monster. Oh, look, there's a new monster. It's Mothra. It's great. It came open. Let me try my machine, see if it works. Oh, it does work. I can talk to Mothra. Great. In comes in Lord Tyron, Charles Dance. He comes in with his military guys. Apparently,
there's no security.
I didn't hear a gunshot beforehand, so I'm going to assume that no one thought it was odd that these dudes with guns were walking through this underground base, and then
which should have like high level of security.
Right. And the main lab, the door is unlocked for some reason, so they just walked right in and they just shot every fucking body. Just fucking they just shot everybody. Man, and then they took the doctor and her daughter, they took them out. So you're like, oh, okay, well, what the fuck's going on here? So Ken Watanabe and the Silicon Valley kid, they go and get Chandler, and they're like, your wife is missing. We need you. We've got to call you back into the field because he's retired now. He's got the old chip on his shoulder. I'm not the man I once was. I'm not gonna do that anymore. That old trope.
Yeah, he was a guy that was into pack, like for wolves and their behaviors,
taking pictures of them.
Yeah, National Geographic type shit.
Yep. When the world is gonna die, that's what's on my priority list. Taking pictures of fucking wolves. But you see instantly that he is the primary character because I mean they make it so fucking obvious that everything is gonna revolve around this guy. It's fucking ridiculous. Because I'm like, okay, what does he do? Oh, he was a scientist who worked on linguistics. I'm like, well, what the fuck is he going to do to help you rescue your wife from terrorists? Really, Ray, now that I think about it, there was no fucking reason for him to be there.
This movie could have just ran without this guy completely.
He wasn't, I mean, the way the movie went, nothing could move forward without him because he's the only competent person on the planet.
He was the only one making the decisions for people that were above his pay grade, and the people were just listening to him like they haven't thought about this before.
Yeah, but I just mean, based on the problem that they were having, they didn't fucking need him. They're like, oh, there's a problem.
This movie didn't need 50% of the cast because it really should have just been with fucking Godzilla.
Well, I'll tell you exactly when I got nervous and my guts started to bubble a little bit. If you're ever in a fight and you realize, oh, I just fucked up, your guts start to bubble a little bit because you're about to shit yourself.
Yeah.
My guts started to bubble a bit when the guy was like, oh, your wife, she made this machine to talk to the monsters. What? I made the prototype, but I destroyed it. If only they'd have listened. These monsters shouldn't be reasoned with. They should be destroyed. And I was like,
oh, Lord.
And I'm thinking to myself, wow, that's really one-dimensional. That's corny as fuck. The way the guy is acting, it was really, really cheesy. That's the word, cheesy. I'm a man, I like my cheese. I like cheese on everything. Yeah. But too much cheese?
It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. It's going to be a problem. You don't want too much cheese. But let me tell you, this movie, too much cheese.
It had a lot of cheese.
Way too much cheese.
You went over your 60 seconds, man. What is this? What the fuck is this, a narration of the whole movie now?
What? I thought we were going to do the breakdown thing.
Yeah, we're going to do that after.
Ah, okay. We'll do. So anyway, Kyle Chandler gets taken back with the Monarch Society, who eventually finds Godzilla. They find out that spoiler. Should I do spoiler?
Yeah, spoiler. And no one fucking cares, man.
Freaking Varga Farmiga Mega Bagava.
Who the fuck's that?
The Dr. Russell, the Emma Russell. I'm just gonna call her Emma Russell.
Okay.
She was actually working with the bad guys because she wants to start freeing the monsters, because that's what the bad guys are trying to do. Bada bing, bada boom. They free a really, really, really bad monster. Ray, what's the name of the three-headed one?
Kyra?
Yeah, I normally just call him Monster Zero, but it's the three-headed one. It's Kyra. Kyra is an apex predator, which is what Godzilla is. All the monsters will follow an apex predator. The apex predator wants all the monsters to destroy the world. Godzilla doesn't want that, so they fight.
And they fight some more.
Yeah, and at some point, Godzilla wins.
Yes.
Roll credit. I just let's get this out of the way first. The action is great. The fights are great. All the fights, all the action is great. Not the action with the people. No, that's stupid.
It's too much.
Yeah, the action with the monsters, it's great. It really is. But the cheesy bullshit that gets us there, really unnecessary.
It's more or less like the Will Smith effect. Like, Will Smith could be in a plunging plane and he'll be the only one to survive and everyone else would die. Yeah. Because he's invincible because he's Will Smith.
And then he'd say, "Welcome to Earth."
Apparently, this is what happened to every single main or side character in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
You had, what is this guy? What's his name? O'Shawn Jackson Jr., which is this guy that played his dad in that Compton movie. What the fuck is it called?
Talking about
Ice Cube's son. No, Ice Cube. No, Ice Cube.
Okay, we talking about a documentary?
Yes, Ice Cube's son. He was one of the soldiers in this thing.
Oh, Three Kings?
What Three Kings? What the fuck are you talking about?
You said a movie and... Oh, wait, you talking about the black dude?
Yes.
That was Ice Cube's son?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I mean, that guy was corny as fuck, too. He was clearly a comedy relief.
Yeah, he had 2 good lines, and no one fucking cared. And I was surprised that he survived every single torment that these monsters were dishing out.
Is that O'Shea Jackson Jr.?
Yes.
That's Ice Cube's son?
Yeah.
Damn, I expected his last name to be Cube.
No, man. Why he's gonna... Looks just like him. Look at him. Look at him. Everyone. Explosions.
Yeah, no one died.
Explosions. Fucking Godzilla's fighting right next to them. And Godzilla has the sense not to step on them.
Yeah, a whole city block blows up right in front of you, and you just walk it off. Yeah, I'm all right.
And the radiation is not gonna fucking infect you and kill you.
Radiation's no big deal.
No,
fuck radiation.
Yeah,
if you have enough heart, radiation won't do shit to you.
So I'm gonna be stuck in an underground cavern because Ken Watanabe's agents say, you know what, you need to get the fuck out of the series. Let them write you out because this shit's gonna turn bad. And so Ken Watanabe, his agent, say, you know what? I'm gonna write you out of this movie. I'm gonna give you the least.
Ken Watanabe's happy. He got to do his Godzilla thing.
I'm gonna give you the least amount of lines that anybody else has in this entire fucking movie, with the most amount of facial shots than anybody else in this movie.
He was better off for it. Trust me, because this shit was so fucking cheesy. Tell me, Ray, when do you think we hit peak cheese?
Peak cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Towards that first fight when Godzilla was fighting Kyra the very first time and no one fucking died. Everybody escaped.
I would not say that was peak cheese.
There was a scene. There was a scene where the helicopter or the plane helicopter or whatever this shit is was stuck on the floor, and then Godzilla and fucking Cairo playing soccer with the fucking helicopter all over the place.
Yeah.
And these guys are in there, and then the 90-pound soaking wet chick gets out of the place, runs back in, and tries to get the father, who's stuck under fucking extension cords, and he couldn't pull that shit off himself. So she pulls off these 3 or 4 extension cords, and he escapes. And just when they escape, the fucking helicopter goes to a cavern and explodes.
You're right. That is pretty fucking cheesy. But I would have to say, for me, peak cheese is when the female Dr. Russell calls them up just to reveal that, yes, I am working with the terrorists.
That was horrible.
I'm working with the terrorists. Why'd you do it, Emma? Why'd you do it? Oh, you weren't there, Mark. You weren't there for us or our son. I'm just making the world better. And I'm thinking to myself, we can all hear you, motherfuckers. You know that, right? We know. I don't care about how you're upset because your pussy dried up because your husband let your kid die. I don't fucking care about that. We just lost like 20 fucking men. This is not the time to be having a marital spat. Then on top of that, she's like, I'm doing it because humans were not the natural rulers. And once we became rulers, look at this. we've got pollution, we've got
She went
overpopulation,
way long on that.
we've got this and that. I just want to use the monsters to bring equilibrium back and take away some of the population so that we can live in harmony and peace. And once again, I'm sitting there like, we don't need to hear this shit, man. Do we really need to? Your whole point in doing all this was so you could stand up on a fucking soapbox and basically preach to us? We don't fucking need that.
This shit was like 3 minutes long. I'm like, this bitch gonna shut the fuck up and ruining my movie.
And she was sending them pictures on the monitor. She's like, oh, we have pollution. Here's pictures of pollution. We have overpopulation. Here's pictures of overpopulation. We have crime. It was a whole fucking PowerPoint presentation.
And then you see FEMA. I'm like, what the fuck does FEMA have anything to do with this?
The whole thing was a goddamn.
It was just fucking
that was
horrible.
Just cheesy as
they
shit.
just went political for no reason.
I would have told as soon as she
man.
said humans are messing up the planet, I would have said cut the fucking feed.
Hey,
I don't need to hear anymore. I've heard enough.
Look at her ideas left her to kill billions of people. And then it was kind of weird because towards the end of the movie, the guy right next to me was kind of cheering for her. Mm-hmm. And I kind of said something out loud because I was thinking about it. It's like, if she survives, the next trip she's going to have is next to a wall and a whole bunch of firearms pointing at her. Because she would be single-handedly responsible for fucking the catastrophe of so many nations.
Well, not that. She's responsible for the death of fucking millions at this point. Because she ended up releasing all these fucking monsters. I mean, fuck the infrastructure of a nation. She is responsible for the death of millions of fucking people. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. Everything that has to do with the people is just an excuse for Godzilla to get into the next fight.
Yes.
It was actually quite reminiscent of the old Japanese Godzilla films where everyone's like, oh, we must help Godzilla. Little kid, oh, little Timmy, Godzilla.
At least
Godzilla. This is what that shit reminds me of.
At least the kid was naive and he was a fucking kid. But here it's kind of like the fact I had to hear all this bullshit. It kind of gave me the warning sign. Is like it ain't gonna get any much better than this. And that was the sad part about this whole movie.
Yeah, very disappointing. And what's really bad, the moment they mentioned Skull Island, from that point on, all I could think about was King Kong.
They're gonna fuck that shit up.
King Kong. Now here's the thing. Remember how I told you the movie was so cheesy? There's a reason for that. The reason the movie was so cheesy is because they wanted to make it more appealing for parents to take their kids to. Kids, you can't have an ambiguous good guy and an ambiguous bad guy. You have to know who the hero is. You have to know who the villain is. That's why it had to be so cheesy. They had to keep it simple. So, all the deaths were off screen. There was no gore, none of that.
Yeah, a couple of guys got incinerated, but other than that, it was pretty much it.
Yeah, you barely saw that. But with King Kong, that was gnarly. People were getting tore up.
Yeah, but they were getting tore up based on the environment, not by him necessarily.
It doesn't matter. I saw a man's fucking guts spill. Okay, King Kong took a helicopter blade and used it like a fucking sword, hacking people up. That was dope. And I'm worried that King Kong versus Godzilla will also be cheesy so that kids will be able to see it. And that would really piss me off because they would basically cut the balls off it. Still gonna see it. I'm still gonna be rooting for King Kong like a motherfucker. Like I said, I still remember, I just looked at a picture of King Kong today with that look on his face, that look that I have every morning that I wake up before, like some shit woke you up in the middle of the night, and he has this look like, the fuck is this now? That's the look King Kong always has in his face. It's I don't got time for this shit.
I'm just thoroughly disappointed. The movie was fun, but I was falling asleep because the rhythm and the pacing and all this about my family. I need to find my family. Oh, I love my kid. Where's my kid? My kid is gone. Oh.
It's like we have bigger problems. It's like, oh, we gotta go to this place and do this. Right. But first, my kid is somewhere in Boston. Get this man a helicopter and here's 5 troops. Go find your kid.
I was about to say,
we're
in DEFCON 5 right now. Nobody's fucking using nobody else's resources.
No, we're not diverting this entire thing to pick up your fucking kid. That is not going to happen. But they would do it because he's the main character. And he's most important.
I remember you saying out loud in the theater, yeah, the fucking house door is open.
Oh, yeah, when she went back home, the house door was open.
And I was surprised that bathtub is made out of titanium or some shit.
Yeah, it's like that in Boston.
Yeah, titanium bathtubs. Yeah. I thought those shits were made out of porcelain.
It's also awesome the way they have this gigantic flying vessel that they're on, which has a hatch like a Star Destroyer underneath that smaller flying vessels can come out of.
That shit did look impressive.
And they're like, oh, the helicopter thing has to come in, but the bay doors are closed. We'll open them. The bay doors are actually stuck. They're physically stuck, and there's like 100 people on this thing, crew members. The bay doors, they're physically stuck. And the guy's like, okay, I'm on my way. I'll go down there and take care of it. And I'm like,
who the fuck's this guy?
There's a fucking crew on this ship, bro. They got mechanics. That was the problem with the whole movie. Like, this guy does everything.
You know, that's the equivalent of me being on a fucking cruise, and then the boat stops. I go up to the bridge and I say, hey, Captain, what's going on?
And the captain says, get the fuck off my bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get the fuck off my bridge.
They have security escort you off the fucking ship. Yeah, that's kind of like what that is. The guy goes down there, guys, what's going on? Oh, it's stuck. I've pushed the button like 5 times, but it just won't open all the way. And you can see it's stuck. So he just pushes a button to drop one of the fucking helicopters and breaks the goddamn thing open and say, oh, great. So that door is just going to stay open now while we're flying. No, I'm sure it won't depressurize the whole plane. That's fine. Yeah, just leave it open. Yeah, that's great. I'm sure it won't depressurize any of the other rooms.
Yeah,
that's great.
They do such a good job with the fights with Godzilla, but everything else.
Well, that's the only reason I stayed awake through the thing, because like coming down towards that last part in the baseball stadium, Ray, I was fighting, man.
I was fighting it too.
I was struggling to stay awake. And what I would do to keep myself from falling asleep is my mind, when I'm about to fall asleep, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. When I'm about to fall asleep, no matter what I'm doing, my mind will start to wander, and I'll start to think about something else that's really boring. And then before I know it, I'm right off to fucking sleep.
I nodded off twice.
And that was happening to me, and I kept like snap back awake. That was rough.
It was definitely during that fucking Fenway destruction area when they were looking for a daughter. I was losing consciousness because the music was slow and nothing technically was really happening.
Right.
I was like, okay, guys, let's wrap this shit up. I love Godzilla, but wrap this shit up now.
It's like, guys, it's over. It's over. I got my good fights. I'm not gonna complain. The fights were good. I mean, coming down towards the end, it looked pretty awesome. Where Godzilla gets so super radiated that literally everything he walks past starts to burst into flames and melt. Like whole skyscrapers just melting to the ground. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Just walk past buildings and watch them start to melt and slowly fall over.
I think they're just making shit up as they go.
Oh no, they were. That's why, because realistically, it's great. It's so awesome. The effects. The radiation's making all those buildings burn. Yeah, the entire eastern coast of the U.S. is now uninhabitable for about 25,000 years.
I think, honestly, they were looking for specific iconic camera shots.
They took care of the iconic shit. I mean, that's something they definitely did right. Like, for instance, on more than several occasions, they were using the original Godzilla soundtrack.
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. It's all the old Godzilla shit.
Yeah.
And the Godzilla sound effects, the trademark Godzilla scream. Oh, please don't do that. Don't never do that again. No, they did all that. They did all that. They went as far as they could to make sure we always forget the Godzilla that came out in 98. Fuck, were we in high school when we saw that shit?
Which one?
The
1998?
Yeah.
You mean, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. That
I don't even remember that. Oh, yeah. Puff Daddy did make some shit.
Yeah, and it was like, that shit was terrible, dude. I remember Taco Bell fucking being all over that shit.
Dude, there was... Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent. There was a music video. There was a music video someone did. It was a rapper.
Puff Daddy.
Where he was actually trying to fight Godzilla.
Oh, no, I don't know.
He was on the roof, and Godzilla showed up breaking things down, and he like points out, like, hey, you, I'm talking to you. You best get out of here. And it was so bad. So bad. They're like, yeah, we're not putting this video out there. You're going to ruin your career. It just looked fucking ridiculous.
That cartoon
might have been Cisco.
Absolutely horrible. It was bad.
Yeah, it was definitely bad.
Let's review this shit.
Okay, let's go ahead and give it a rating. Like I said, bad pizza is still pizza. I thoroughly enjoyed every scene that had Godzilla Godzilla fighting something.
Yes.
I enjoyed. Why? Because Godzilla kept his fucking mouth shut.
Yes.
I didn't hear him talk. I didn't hear him grandstand.
No baby
I didn't
Godzilla.
try to give him no moral equivalency for what he's doing. He's like, you see that shit right there? Gonna kill it. Boom. Fine. No problem. Anytime a person opened their mouths, however, it just got worse and worse. From Ken Watanabe clearly looking like he doesn't want to read those lines, to Kyle Chandler just absolutely ham-fisting all of his fucking lines. Awful. That was just taking the good with the bad.
Yep.
For this, I'm gonna have to go with a low matinee.
Well, you see, there was other kaiju movies that came out, and they should have followed somewhat of a, how should I say, format. You know, Pacific Rim treated these monsters in a joking manner. I think better than what Godzilla's done. That format of it being kind of comical but yet serious made it feel fun. This movie, with the injection of all this political and world's dying and environmentalism or whatever, they kind of took the fun out of the movie. It's like, dude, it's a big fucking monster movie. Well, no one's more dangerous than the fucking monster at hand.
Yeah, whenever people start talking about the environment, it's always has this vibe of I'm holier than you.
Yeah.
And that whole thing always throws me off, because anytime someone's like, oh, we're destroying the environment, oh, how could you tell from your comfortable air-conditioned house?
Well,
you know, you're talking about the fucking, what, can you not breathe? Oh, no, but there are other countries where people can't breathe. Do you live in any of those countries? Oh, no, I don't live in it. Well, you know what? That sounds like a first world fucking problem.
Yeah.
Things need to change, because while things are great for me, my neighbor down the street has it real bad. Meanwhile, you go to one of those third world countries that are full of pollution and say, hey, do we need to help the environment? It's like, no, I need to get a fucking job. You know what? I tell you what, I'm fine with the environment. If I can get some money in my pocket, though, that'd be nice. But what about the environment, lady? I don't fucking care about that. I need a fucking job, because I have real problems. Not first world problems. Real problems. That's what that always comes. That's how that always comes off of me. It just pushes my fucking buttons.
I'm hoping they just make it fun. They just make this next movie fun, because this one was just a downer.
Man, fuck making it fun. Make it good.
Well, yeah.
Shit, my King. King Kong better be a fucking full goddamn price.
I hate these main characters being fucking invincible. In Pacific Rim, they had fighting robots that fought these guys, but they fucking died, man. And they were dying all over the place. In this movie, the entire staff fucking stayed alive except for like 2 people.
Yeah, it was Watanabe and who else?
The 98-pound woman that got eaten.
Oh, not the Asian chick.
No, the other one.
The white chick.
Yeah.
Sally Hawkins plays Dr. Vivian Graham.
No one cares, man.
No one cares.
No one cares.
No one cared then, no one cares now.
Shit. So I'm going to give this a very, 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 very low.
Damn, I didn't say it with hatred.
Matinee.
Said that shit
it's
with
almost,
hatred.
it's riding that fine line, man. If this would have been any other, if it didn't have that title Godzilla, I would give 2 fucks about this movie.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Godzilla was really just riding on a name.
Alright guys, don't forget to visit us on our website at g2ch.net and gottatalkabout.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and Patreon page. Alright, fellas.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka laka 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 laka.
So, Ray, is this 11 right here?
Yeah, that's 11.
What is this? Is this Stranger Things Part 2?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a girl in the group now.
That's her.
No, over here.
I don't fucking know. She's probably an extra, man.
I'm just saying, it was a group of guys. 1, 2, 3. Now there's a girl there. 4. That screws up the dynamic.
You know what? I couldn't even finish watching season 2. It just put me asleep.
Really? It wasn't good?
I kept falling asleep, man.
I guess that means it wasn't good.